I've had my Polaris Ranger ETX for a little over 2 years. I got it August 2015. It's a model year 2015. Didn't see a whole lot of stuff about this thing on the internet when I was going to get it. It's their mid-size. I think it took over from the Ranger 400 size when they started getting away from carburetors and the electronic fuel injection. I'm not going to go over features and things like that Polaris advertises. I just wanted to give my feedback on it. My overall opinion of it is it's okay. I got mine for $8,600 out the door, which was a fair deal. It gets the job done. It's basically like a glorified, a few years ago I had a Sportsman 400, and it's virtually the same thing, it's just a lot bigger. But figured I'd share a couple of the issues that I had with it. As you can see right here, I didn't even burn through 1 tank of fuel on this thing, and the cap started leaking. When you buy it, there's supposed to be a little gasket. Sorry, with the sunlight you can't see it good. There's a little gasket in there. It just rotted out and fell off. Hopefully it's not in the tank. I don't think it is. But so if you're gonna buy this to use for hunting, that's not gonna be too good, because as you can see, I even bounced down the hill coming down here to set up my range, one of them, and leaks gas, and you can smell it, so that'll run animals off. Another issue is you could see I replaced the tires with some Kenda Bear Claw HTRs. I just got new wheels too because it was more cost effective. The factory tires for out in this West Texas Caprock country really didn't work out well. I think I put a couple miles on this thing and I already popped tire. Popped about 4 times, got to the point where I couldn't patch them anymore. I said screw it, I'm getting better tires. Haven't had an issue since. The big issue that I had with it, and it's been fixed now, and I think it was only for model year 2015, was with the motor stalling. You'd start it up cold, it would idle for a little while, I mean like 10 seconds or so, stall. It would do it a couple times till the engine got up to temperature, and then when you were driving it, you'd be going along doing your thing, whether you're going fast, slow, you'd let off the accelerator, and when the engine RPM got down to the idle, even if you were still coasting, it would stall, and it would do it almost every single time. It drove me nuts. I brought it to the dealer once. They said, oh, we don't know what it is. I ended up calling Polaris after they couldn't figure it out and the problem wasn't fixed, and it was something with their computer for the electronic fuel injection. They had sent off a fix to the dealers, and apparently the dealer I went to really didn't know about it. I told them about it. They did it. It's much better now. Neighbor of mine has the 2016 model of this, which is virtually the same. The only difference I noticed was they changed the gauge cluster to their newer one. But his has the new firmware like mine was updated to, and still when it's cold and you go to start it, it'll run for 10 seconds and stall out, and then you start it back up, it'll never do it again when the engine is up to temperature. It's real strange. Same thing, like if you start it when it's cold, you know, even not cold, just been sitting for a little bit, and go to take off, it'll die out. It's weird, but it's tolerable. If you plan to get one of these to use like around your yard for yard work and stuff like that, I don't think it'll work good for you. The ETX model, the rear differential, it's permanently locked. So when you go take tight turns, the inside wheel rips the grass up like crazy, and the outside does too. And it has nothing to do with, I'm sure my tires don't help, but even if you had turf tires, it's just, it bites in real hard and makes it hard to turn on asphalt too. So if you're wanting to use this around your neighborhood, I definitely would go with a higher model that has the 3-way selectable rear differential. But out here in this country, that works great for traction. I have 969 miles, give or take, on this, and 125-ish hours. Didn't use it a whole lot because most of the time it just stays out here and I don't live on this property. But I have brought it home and used it for a little while and ended up just leaving it out here because, like I said, it ripped up my grass too much. But it gets the job done. It's a fair machine. I'm not even sure if they're still making this model, if they renamed it. But at the lower end of the spectrum, if I was to do it again, I would probably just save a few more dollars and go with a little bit higher end model. Now that I'm having kids and stuff too, one little kid could sit in this middle seat, but definitely not an adult like some of the other ones. They have full 3-size seats. I'll share some videos after I'm finished running my mouth here of me driving around and stuff like that. I've driven through water and whatnot with it. Up and down all the hills here. I mean, I don't even have 1,000 miles, but I don't abuse the machine, but I do use it. Don't baby it. Anyway, hopefully this is helpful to you if you were looking to buy one of these Ranger ETXs.
We're doing fine. We're making our way back.
Who says South Texas is dry?